Thank you all for coming out this evening, and what an amazing, beautiful evening it is. I was speaking to Michelle Coleman, who's a past co-president, and we were trying to remember, and we believe that we've never had weather like this before. It's always been one type of natural disaster after another, so this is a wonderful night. My name is Melinda Ganellis. I am the outgoing co-president of Impact100 Westchester. This is our 11th year, and we have made some, yes. Thank you. And we have made some dramatic changes to our process. We listened to our members and we listened to the nonprofit community. And this year, when you applied for a transformational project grant, we went from having 2 rounds of online applications to 1 online application. In our project budget, we increased the amount of core operational expenses from 15% of our award to 30% of our award. Years prior, there were always questions that came up either from the application or the project budget, and we would go back and forth, countless emails, countless phone calls, trying to figure out how to get the information. This year, we decided to do an informal Zoom recorded interview, which was so much more efficient, more enjoyable, and so much more informative to all of those involved. And then lastly, we introduced the Site Visit Award. So for all the nonprofits that made it to our 3rd round, the virtual site visit round, they received an award if they weren't able to come to tonight. So that was a big thing for us that we were really proud of. So those were little changes, and we are so grateful to our members and the nonprofit community for all of your positive feedback and helping us move in this direction. And the success of all of these changes was a result of our members. You all welcomed the changes and embraced them enthusiastically. However, the transition for all these changes is actually a direct result of our leadership team, from their excellent leadership and their flexibility. All of our committee co-chairs, starting with our nonprofit advisor co-chairs, Samantha Schwam and Kathy Harari. I'm sorry, I always say your name wrong. To our finance co-chairs, Stephanie Hickey and Tina Kramer. And to our grant committee co-chairs, Danielle DeMeo and Sherry Wolf, Lori Carey and Gabrielle Maxwell, Adrienne Flanagan and Andrea Meyer, Deborah Berman and Becky Silverstein. And to our Boost committee co-chairs, you will hear more about our Boost Awards, but I wanted to thank them too, Rachel Dugoff and Bonnie Stanley. So thank you to our membership for your dedication and your hard work in making our 11th year so incredibly successful. Nancy.
So I'm just going to continue with a few more thank yous while we're at it. The changes that we've heard about really, as Melinda said, could not have happened without the work of so many people, but especially we have a very hard-working group on our executive board, and we could not have done this without all the work that they did. It's really been a pleasure for me to work with this small but mighty group. I want to thank Roberta Shapiro, our VP of Technology. She keeps all our tech humming and did all of the beautiful things for this event that you've seen, all of that, the portal and everything, which has been great. I want to thank Carol Pucci, our VP of Nonprofit Relations. Joan Rosen, our membership chair. And Noelle Ifshin, our treasurer extraordinaire. And I also want to say that Noelle has kindly agreed to join me as co-president for next year. So I'm thrilled that she's going to be there. And if I didn't say it, by the way, my name is Nancy Winkelstein. I don't think I introduced myself. Sorry, I'm the other co-president for this year. And we have a couple of members of our board who are leaving. Okay. Barbara Gronquist, our secretary, is finishing her time on the exec board. I will miss working with her. Her steady presence, experience, and thoughtful discussions always brought balance and ease to our work, so thank you. And to Melinda, my co-president, who could not have been more supportive and kind as I learned the ropes. Melinda gives her heart and soul to everything that she does. Her passion and dedication to impact in the nonprofit community is truly awe-inspiring. And she somehow always finds a way to laugh, no matter what is going on around her. So she's been a wonderful partner, collaborator, and mentor to me, and I will miss our weekly calls, her wisdom, and the way she looks at the world. Thank you. So, looking forward, now that we've said our thank yous and goodbyes for this year, for our upcoming year, for our 12th cycle, we have a theme. We're going to be calling ourselves and going forward with Watch Our Impact Grow. This grows out of a passion for women coming together to collectively learn, assist, and become aware. As our community grows, so does our strength and ability to outreach to other women throughout Westchester who can join us in aiding the many nonprofit organizations right in our backyards. It's why we give where we live. How can you help us grow our impact? Help us spread the word of what we do, which helps to spread the word about how many amazing nonprofits there are in Westchester, which in turn helps us to grow our community of women, which in turn grows our ability to impact our community through funding, awareness, and education. So I am urging everyone to please renew your membership tonight. And again, there's still the raffle if you haven't done it yet. And to bring friends to introduce them to this. We will be having events throughout the year. Bring your friends to any of them. And for those of you who may not know, each year the amount of money that we have to give away is dependent on how many members we have. So the more women we bring along, the more funds we have to award to all of the nonprofits in our area. So with that, I'm going to ask Rachel Dugoff and Bonnie Stanley, our boost chairs, to come and talk about some of the amazing nonprofits who are our Boost Award winners for this year.
Hi, I'm Rachel Dugoff, and this is Bonnie Stanley. This year we have the privilege of chairing the Boost Award Committee, which just completed its second cycle. With so much need in Westchester County, the $5,000 award was designated as an unrestricted grant for nonprofits with revenues below $250,000, and therefore ineligible for one of our transformational grants. The committee reviewed 35 qualifying applicants encompassing a wide range of nonprofits, and I have to say the applicants were amazing and outstanding, and we loved reviewing all of the applications that we received. Through our committee review process, several meetings and voting, and then the full membership vote last month, we had 4 winners. As Bonnie and I announced the winners, we would appreciate if the representatives that are here can stand up so that we can recognize you and your organizations. In alphabetical order, the first is Good for Girls. Good for Girls is a community-based organization established to mentor girls ages 9 to 18 with the goal of coaching program participants in developing positive relationships and preparing them to become future leaders.
Our second, in alphabetical order only, is Neighborhood House. Are you here tonight? No? Well, that's okay, because the membership needs to know that Neighborhood House seeks to encourage healthy lifestyles and provide programming that supports lifetime learning, enrichment activities, social interaction, and recreation for seniors across ethnic, intergenerational, and economic lines.
The third winner was the Extended Family Solutions. I believe they had to leave. Extended Family Solutions helps adults with intellectual and physical disabilities find meaningful engagement and lead productive lives by fostering exploration, socialization, and independence through activities that enable them to give back to their communities.
And finally, we have the Ossining Microfund. Are you? Yes. Thank you. The Ossining Microfund reduces financial stress and improves lives by providing interest-free loans and education to increase financial literacy and economic well-being within the diverse Ossining community. Congratulations to our winners, all of you.
Hi, everybody. As Melinda said, my name is Carol Pucci, and this is my first year as the VP of Nonprofit Relations. So it is my absolute honor tonight to introduce our 4 Transformational Grant Project finalists. Prior to the meeting, we did, a random selection downstairs so that we could determine the order of presentations, and which was really exciting. So the presentation tonight, the order is that there are 8-minute presentations. What you do not see on the stage is that we have this beautiful time clock that will count down. It is in bright red. My job is to make sure that we keep this moving, but without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first finalist from Southeast Consortium and the Executive Director, Jennifer Spenner-Kind.
Since 1981, Southeast Consortium for Special Services has been collaborating and building unique recreation, leisure, and social activities for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in southern Westchester County. Join us as we continue to excel in all walks of life.
So I have been involved with Southeast Consortium programs for many years now, and I really enjoy going to their programs, learning how to become more independent, making new friends, and also I enjoy working here in the office as well. One thing that I would like to see Southeast offer in the future is computer programming to help me and many other participants gain some more computer skills.
We are Southeast Consortium. We're honored to present our transformational grant proposal for a tech opportunity center for the intellectual and developmental disability community, utilizing existing space and transforming it into a tech center to offer small-sized computer and vocational skill programs with a focus on developing lifelong skills through a multifaceted approach to learning in a fun and safe environment. As we quickly progress into the digital world, many in the intellectual and developmental disability community are being left behind in these skill sets. Studies show that cognitive function is improved 94% of the time through the use of technology. SEC's project proposal addresses the issue by offering on-site tech center to develop computer literacy, by offering new programs and enhancing our existing curriculum for a variety of ability levels within our community. I'd like to introduce Austin Cunney, Senior Program Supervisor with Southeast.
Southeast Consortium believes that it is our responsibility to prepare our individuals for the future. In today's rapidly evolving digital world, having tech-based skills is crucial for everyone, including individuals with developmental disabilities. These skills not only open doors for employment opportunities, but also enhance everyday life by promoting independence and confidence. Our goal is to ensure our participants are not left behind, but are future-proofed with the capabilities they need to thrive. Our Technology Opportunity Center will be outfitted with cutting-edge tools and devices to provide a comprehensive learning experience. The 3D printers will enable our participants to explore creatively and problem-solve through designing printed goods, which can be both educational and therapeutic. These printers will promote positive social interaction, as the projects will be done in groups requiring teamwork. The laptops and iPads will be essential in teaching a variety of skills, from basic computer literacy to more advanced applications such as coding, graphic design, and digital communication. They are user-friendly and accessible, making them ideal for our program. Southeast will additionally make use of a smartboard. This interactive tool will facilitate engaging, collaborative learning sessions. It'll be used for interactive lessons, demonstrations, and group activities, enhancing the educational experience through dynamic presentations and real-time feedback. To maximize the functionality of our center, we will utilize a transformative space equipped with tables that can be expanded or packed away. This flexibility will allow us to adapt the environment for different activities, whether it's hands-on workshops, a collaborative group project, or an individual work session. This adaptive setup ensures that we can meet a variety of needs and learning styles. Southeast Technology Opportunity Center is an investment in the future of individuals with developmental disabilities. By providing access to these technologies and a flexible learning environment, we are opening up a world of opportunities for them to develop valuable skills. We are excited about the potential impact this center will have and look forward to your support in making it a reality. I'd like to introduce Laura Slack.
Good evening. I'm a board member of Southeast Consortium, but probably more importantly, I am the family member of two participants. My daughter, Jennifer, who's autistic, and my brother Andrew, who was in a car accident in college and has a brain injury resulting in his disability. What I want you to know is what Southeast means to families like mine. Our family members get all their recreation, socialization, they learn new skills all through Southeast Consortium. It really translates into their quality of life. I think it's things that many of us take for granted, joining a class or an activity or going to a club or meeting with your friends and having that kind of opportunity, taking a class to learn a new skill. Through Jennifer and Austin's leadership, the Tech Project gives us an opportunity to teach critical technology skills to our participants. Tech is so important in today's society, and our participants should be able to participate. Southeast Consortium is accustomed to working with many different skill levels, so all our participants will be able to participate at their level and progress at their level. Please join me in supporting Southeast and our new technology center. Jennifer?
Just to finish, I would like everybody to join Southeast Consortium in enhancing the positive leisure opportunities and help us foster new pathways for independence that can be life-changing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is now my privilege to introduce the New York School for the Deaf, Superintendent Dr. Joseph Santini.
Thank you, and thank you to Impact100 and each of the members for the wonderful work you've done through the years and the wonderful work you're doing today. We are very honored to be here and honored to be a part of these group of finalists. My name is Dr. Joseph Santini. When I was born many years ago, my parents were terrified. They had no idea what to do with a deaf child. They were scared for my future. They didn't know if they would be able to communicate with me, and realize how much they could tell me that they loved me. Back in the 70s, they were looking for medical professionals who could help them raise me, and they were not able to find those opportunities. What they did find were two deaf adults who were willing to teach them both sign language. With that connection, my parents became better able to communicate with me, and I was able to thrive. I became a film editor, a teacher, to a school principal, to earning my PhD. My father was able to watch me receive my PhD 5 years ago before he passed away. I am now superintendent of New York School for the Deaf. And we've been here in New York since 1817. Our program moved to Westchester County in 1937. And we've established an infant program targeting families such as mine who want to help their child be successful. We are growing. We have a wait list with several babies that we're not able to meet the growing needs of our families currently. We're hoping that with this award, we'll be able to expand our outreach. Our program is growing mostly through word of mouth, and with your help, we would like to reach out to more families. We have so much to offer, but don't take my word for it. Please listen to the words of our families and our wonderful teacher who provides our services. If you wouldn't mind starting the video in the next slide. Thank you.
So it has been a fabulous experience. I really, really think and believe that that is the reason why she is doing so fantastic. She's been coming here twice a week, having an incredible time with Jennifer, and learning through play every single thing now she's working in analytical and critical thinking skills and really processing so many things.
It's been a wonderful program. It's been a very, very, very helpful program to me and my whole family. We have other services, but I can't compare them. This service has just been extremely helpful for And the program is something that I would recommend and hope and pray that it moves forward, because this is a program that a lot of people can benefit from.
And before the SEEDS program, Lachlan wasn't really making too many efforts to communicate. He would get really frustrated a lot. And this is a wonderful program that has changed my everyday life for the better, because now Lachlan can say things that he wants in both sign and when he can't say the word, and he can also start attempting to say words. There's more approximations and effort behind his attempts to communicate. He's not having as many meltdowns because now I can understand what he wants. And I just love how completely well-rounded the program is, and all the tools we learn that we bring home and practice. We were so blessed that there was room for us in this program, and we really do hope that more families get to experience the progress that we have, because it's just been really amazing to be able to go from not communicating to communicating very well.
Her daughter is the first deaf person in our family, and initially, we had some worries and concerns and questions. How will we teach her things? Will we be able to properly communicate with her? And I think once we joined the SEEDS program, all of those questions were answered. They had so many resources to show us that we weren't going to have any issues in the future. She'll be able to be successful and everything will be fine. It's where we found our connection to the deaf community, which has been amazing. It's where we got our connections to other families that are similar to ours, hearing parents with deaf children. It's where we began to expand our knowledge of ASL, which has been so helpful for our daughter's learning of language, for communication. I think before then, we were seeing a lot of frustration with her, where now the communication seems to be blowing up out of her. It's amazing. So to us, the SEEDS program has just been really helpful in showing us the path to our daughter's success in life, and for her future. Thank you.
Are you ready? We're going to look at Alea. We're going to look at you, and we're going to sing hello. You ready? Hello, Alea. Hello, Alea. Hello, Alea. It's time to say hello. Yay! Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak about the SEEDS program here at New York School for the Deaf. SEEDS stands for Supporting the Early Education of Deaf Students, and the acronym is by no means coincidental. Children come into our program as delicate and precious seeds, ready to be nurtured, and with the potential to blossom into beautiful flowers. Each one is unique and special, and their parents, guardians, caretakers, and families are the gardeners. As a master gardener, it is my job to give these families the right tools to use and to demonstrate how to use these tools to cultivate their precious seeds. There are so many tools they can use, and just as flowers and plants vary, so do the tools we use to harvest them. The SEEDS program is about empowering families to use American Sign Language and spoken language strategies and techniques, joint attention skills, their daily routines, book sharing, toys, and more in order to help them communicate as they bond and foster their most important relationships in life. I'd like to leave you with a beautiful quote that sums up the work that is done each day in the SEEDS program. I keep this quote on my desk as a reminder of the important work that I am tasked with each day as I work with children and their families. I found a fruitful world because my ancestors planted it for me, likewise I am planting for my children.
Well, thank you for that improvisation. We appreciate it. And thank you, Joseph. Are we good back there? We're good to go? Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so it's my pleasure to introduce the founder and president of Hearts and Homes for Refugees, Kathy O'Callahan.
I think we need the teleprompter here, right? Thank you. Oh, we started. Okay, thank you, Carol. As she said, I'm Kathy O'Callahan, the president and founder of Hearts and Homes for Refugees. Joining me this evening is Amy Robertson, our program director, and Lisa Kahumban in the back, who will be managing this program. We're excited to share our work and tell you about a particular challenge and how you can be part of the solution. Coincidentally, this evening's meeting is taking place during National Smile Month. And now we'll tell you why this is relevant.
Imagine this. You love your home, but life there is no longer safe. Perhaps it's war, or you're facing political persecution by an oppressive regime, causing you or a loved one to be harmed. Maybe you've been forced to watch as your husband was tortured, or you've seen a loved one die. You're afraid for yourself and for your family. To survive, you pack a few possessions and leave friends and relatives behind. You flee to another country. You struggle to register with the UN Refugee Agency and begin extensive vetting with screenings, interviews, and biometrics. You live for months, maybe years, without a permanent home and with limited or no access to medical or dental care. Spotty education for your children. If you're one of the lucky few to be selected for resettlement in the United States, you arrive to your new home where you may not speak the language or understand the culture, and you may not even be welcomed. You find a job, but earn barely enough to cover your basic needs of rent and food while adapting to new employment, learning English, and navigating school for your children. This is how you begin your life in the U.S.
Hearts and Homes for Refugees was started around my kitchen table 8 years ago. The vision was that inspiring, educating, and mobilizing grassroots communities to welcome and resettle refugees could be the local solution to the global refugee crisis. Hearts and Homes has been changing lives in Westchester and the lower Hudson Valley since 2016. We've engaged 4,000 supporters and volunteers. We've helped more than 1,000 refugees with housing, food, clothing, language, employment, and more so they can lead independent lives in safe and inclusive communities.
Dental care is one of the many things you sacrifice during your refugee journey, and you and your children have lived with the pain. When a family arrives, we often see the signs. A child's first teeth are decayed, or a mom has a tight half smile. The stark reality is that dental disease is the #1 epidemic of economically disadvantaged children, and refugees have the highest burden of dental issues. Most of our clients have not had access to reliable health care, adequate preventive dental education, fluoridated water, or proper nutrition. Research shows that dental disease impacts both physical and mental health. Of our clients, 93% told us they'd experienced dental pain. 45% said they were mentally or emotionally impacted by it. They're distressed over losing teeth and the cost of replacing them. Such issues can result in malnutrition, increased body dissatisfaction, and inhibition of basic actions such as smiling, speaking, and eating. One of our clients has been suffering from impacted wisdom teeth for more than 7 months, but Manisha worries more for her children who have decaying teeth. She told us, "With toothaches, they're crying and not eating. As a mother, I can tolerate my own pain, but not that of my kids." Ongoing oral pain can exacerbate already debilitating mental health problems stemming from the refugee journey, such as PTSD and depression. Some of our families are also dealing with other major issues, including cancer treatment and family members left behind in danger. Rona came with her 5 siblings and parents from Afghanistan and shared their story with us. My parents are struggling with dental issues, especially my mom, who has 3 decayed teeth. She has difficulty digesting food and can't chew properly. My father already had 2 teeth extracted and needs to have his teeth realigned. Urgent dental care is necessary, but the expenses are too high for us.
Probably no one in this room looks forward to a dental visit, right? And much less a root canal. But Suleiman Fayez calls himself one of the luckiest refugees because after months of pain and not sleeping or eating, one of our HHR volunteers took him to the dentist who did the root canal for free. He couldn't afford it himself because he uses every extra dollar he earns as a house painter to support his elderly father, who is out of work, and his ailing mother, who requires extensive medical care. The root canal was life-changing for Suleiman. Once they arrive, refugees face many barriers to oral care. Yes, they are eligible for Medicaid, but many services, like the root canal, may not be covered if an individual has 8 functioning teeth, just 8. Most of us in this room have 32. For refugees, treatment costs are prohibitive. Navigating the treatment and insurance is complicated for anyone, but it is extraordinarily challenging for new neighbors with limited or no English. And wait times for clients or specialists who will accept their insurance are often non-existent and months. The good news is this evening we have a solution. It's called The World Always Looks Better with a Smile, a dental care and education program. The first goal of this program is to alleviate pain. It will offer case-by-case guidance and monetary support according to needs. Financial support will include cost sharing, dental loans, and matching contributions to make Impact100 funds go further. We will also make sure that interpreters are available at dental appointments. As we address immediate needs, we'll also contribute to the long-term goal of improved oral health through our education program. We'll implement a strong, culturally relevant oral hygiene and preventive care campaign. 80% of funding from this grant will be directed to financial support for dental care and treatment, and 20% is budgeted for education. We'll serve up to 200 refugees through this program. It will have a transformational impact on our organization and on the lives of those we serve. Hearts and Homes is invested in and fully committed to this program. It will give our neighbors hope and help them move from surviving to thriving. It will also support the hundreds of HHR volunteers who work tirelessly to resettle our new neighbors. And this program will give welcomers across the country a model for addressing the massive challenges of oral care deficiencies in refugee populations. Finally, your support will draw attention to this care gap, and we are certain it will inspire other funders to invest in and sustain this effort. Tonight, you have the opportunity to transform our work and the lives of our new neighbors. We want to leave you with one last thought. If you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, last but of course not least, I'd like to introduce Kathy Pandakakis from Human Development Services of Westchester.
Kathy's going to wave at us from over there. My name is Kelly Darrow. I'm the Chief Program Officer at an agency called Human Development Services of Westchester. I have Bobby with me, who's going to share in my presentation. The name of our project is A Room for All. Everybody needs a privacy project. Can you guess what we're going to talk about? So not everybody talks about bathrooms. We were very excited to be chosen as number 4. So we are an agency that uses a philosophy called What Matters to You. If you get Kathy, she will go on and on and on about why that question is so important. It's a simple question. We use it in all of our programs, and it's really about taking the time to understand what's important to people. I have my little pin on if you'd like one. We have some What Matters to You pins. So today we're going to talk about bathrooms. Nobody ever talks about bathrooms. So just imagine, use your head. Imagine New York State has gone on lockdown. Everybody's at home. You've lost your job, you're at home, you might be struggling with your mortgage, you don't have anywhere to go, you have appointments, you need to find people to help you. Imagine then if you're homeless or you're having a crisis, an emotional crisis, a family crisis, you need a place to go. Human Development Services Westchester, Kathy and I were there every day during the pandemic. We were open during the pandemic in most of our programs. Actually, in all of our programs. Our building was open, and what we saw was people were in lots of different kind of crisis. Over the years, we've also served people in many, many programs, which I'll talk about in a minute, who are often struggling with lots of issues. So today we're going to talk about our privacy project, but I really want Bobby to share her experience. You ready?
I'm good. Hi, guys. I have to use this card. What I want to emphasize with this, private parts need private space. That is something that I've been coming to HGSW living room since 2018. The living room is a crisis respite daycare. Instead of going to the hospital, you go to the living room. Keep everything outpatient, stay in the community, and sustain a good life. This is a great opportunity because how many of us take for granted a private, safe bathroom? People come from all different issues and life experiences at HGSW, and this opportunity to upgrade the restroom would most help people, especially people in need of trauma-informed care. HGSW focuses on trauma-informed care. Being safe is a genuine right and should not be a luxury. Like I say, private parts need private spaces. I experienced an incident. I had a bathroom emergency in the car. And when I called up Kelly and she just met me at the door. We went into the bathroom. We went through the building through another exit, thank you. And then we went to the bathroom, but Kelly had to stand guard at the door because it doesn't lock. And I needed to get freshened up and get changed and, look okay and have my privacy. And she stood out there. The bathrooms that we have now are they're good, but they're kind of like for high school bathrooms. And in this day and age, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of different categories of people. I don't like to label, but it's true. Gender identity, people with children. You have your kids, you have to be able to be in the bathroom with them. You can't, And people with trauma-informed care. So, all I really want to push saying is that I'm grateful to be here as a part of HGSW sharing with you. Private places, private parts. It's really, really necessary. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So when was the last time we talked about bathrooms? We often take it for granted. So what happens? I'm out, I need to go somewhere, I stop at a gas station, I spend a few dollars, I buy some gum, and I go to the bathroom. Not everybody has the luxury of doing that. Our agency, we're open, some of our programs are open 7 days a week. We often have people coming in to see us. And what we know from experience from one of our other programs is people want their own space because, let's think of all the reasons why. People need their own space because they may have medical issues, they may have medical issues, mobility issues, need wheelchairs. They may need to feel safe. If you think about people who have histories of abuse and neglect, maybe domestic violence, they need a place that's theirs. People have religious reasons, and then many of you are moms. I'm sure you've had that challenge of getting the stroller, getting all of the things that you need to be in the bathroom. Some of our individuals just need a place to freshen up, to have a deep breath, and for many of our people who use our programs, they don't have that in other places they go. They can't just stop in a regular bathroom. They can't stop in a public bathroom. So we talk about privacy, dignity, respect, safety, and independence. So let's see, sorry, get the buttons. So we're going to talk about our project. So our main office is located in Mamaroneck, New York. We're at 930 Mamaroneck Avenue. It is a building that is owned by HCSW, and we currently have no mortgage. We have already engaged an architect who's given us some designs. Getting the permits will not be an issue. And we also have a plan. Let's see who comes to our building. So we have about 100 clients a week who come to our building, in addition to 75 staff. This is our main office. Our finance office is located there, our administrative offices, and many of our programs are there. So during the course of a week, there may be 100 to 200 people in through the building. We've also thought about what to do. So we're going to do some construction. Kathy has identified very high-end, fancy portable toilets, which will be located in our parking lot in the building. Not the porta potties when you go to the carnival. These are very nice bathrooms. So what we are going to do, and I'm going to show you a picture of it, we are going to take, we currently have 2 bathrooms. Bobby calls them the high school bathrooms. You walk in and each has 2 stalls, but that outside door doesn't lock. So what Bobby was talking about, she needed to be in the bathroom, I needed to be outside. So the project is going to be, we're going to make 3 gender inclusive, family-centered bathrooms. Each will be handicap accessible. We will also have diapers and sanitary items for people. We are going to add a washer and dryer in our design space, which is not funded by Impact, but we also know that's important for our clients. The button's not working. So most of our clients we serve are extremely low income. Most of them live on Social Security and DSS benefits. Many are street homeless, at risk of eviction, or in some kind of acute crisis, or receiving services. The button's not working. So here's our high school bathrooms, as Bobby calls us. Kathy, 20 years these bathrooms have been like this? More than that. So as Bobby calls them, the high school bathrooms. So what you'll see is the main hallway, and off that hallway there's 2 bathrooms. What our space will look like, it will have the same layout and footprint, if you know how to look at architecture drawings, the same footprint. What you will see, those 3 areas in the middle will be 3 independent bathrooms with their own doors. One will be a family bathroom. All are ADA accessible. And here's a little bit about our HGSW. With my 1 second left. There you go. There's a lot of pressure watching that clock.
Thank you to our finalists for those incredibly moving presentations. And thank you especially for all the wonderful work you do in serving our Westchester neighbors. I've never been more grateful after listening to your presentations that this year every one of you will be leaving with a significant amount of money. And again, that's to our membership and the fact that we have so many dedicated members. We will be offering 2 core mission grants of $27,000, which is unrestricted, and then 2 transformational project grants, which are restricted to the projects that you applied for. So, thank you again to our membership. Please renew, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't not be able to give out such large amounts of money. So thank you for that. Now is your time to cast your votes. You should have received an email from our Wild Apricot application with your online ballot. We use Election Runner, which is a secure online system. And just also so that you know, if you are not able to attend tonight, all of our members received absentee ballots. We're going to ask you guys to please look at your emails, make your votes. We have about 15 minutes before we're going to ask you to come back into the room, so please go out, have some dessert, maybe another cocktail, and do not forget about the raffle. I don't know if you saw the 2 items that are being given away, and one is a spectacular necklace. So please, if you have not yet submitted your raffle, please do so. So let's go. All right. Thank you.
Help me put my mind to.
So before we make our announcements, we're going to find out who won the raffles.
Hi, and before we do that, I'm going to say a few words. I'm Joan Rosen, the membership chair.
And membership is about supporting all of these great nonprofits that you got to see tonight. Thank you for everyone who's been a member and will be a member or has renewed. We've really reached our goal of getting at least 100 renewals by tonight, which is great. Thank you. But membership is also about a little bit more than this even. It's about us making connections with each other and with all of these nonprofits to do work with them through the year. So we have a lot of membership activities planned for the next year, or we're thinking of a lot of activities. We'd love your input and your help. So if you would like to help with any of that, contact me. And we can work together, which would be great. So now, I'd like to first thank Kathy Zoltis of Zoltis Galleries in Mamaroneck for donating that beautiful piece of jewelry, and the Well Center in Armonk for the gift certificate that they gave. So I've tried to mix these up. I'm going to ask one of you to pull. So first we'll do the Well Center in Armonk. Hannah Coleman. She's not here, but her mom is here. So her mom, I will see you after with the gift certificate. And Kathy, the Zoltis necklace. Sherry Greenberg. Thank you. Come see me. Thank you, everyone.
So before we announce the grant recipients, we wanted to thank our corporate sponsors, ESP for the stage, the sound system, the music, the monitors, the screens. Thank you very much. DLC for their extensive support in our mission. PKF O'Connor Davis. And I don't know, I can't see with the lights. Is Kathy here, the event planner at Metropolis? Kathy every year does such an exceptional job of meeting all of our needs and coming up with these amazing ideas with the menu and the layout, and so it's always been such an honor to work with her and her incredibly talented staff. So thank you to everyone at Metropolis. One last piece of business before we announce who will receive our transformational project grants is that we ask that all of the finalists to please remain in the room after we make the announcements. We have some pretty big decorative checks, and we would like to be able to take pictures with you. So I hand it over to Nancy.
All right. Before I announce them, I also just want to once again thank you all for the amazing work that you do and for the work that you put into getting here. We are all so honored to have you here. So with that said, the recipients of our 2 transformational project grants are the New York School for the Deaf and Hearts and Homes for Refugees. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all to the nonprofits and to all of our members and guests who are here. Have a wonderful year. We hope to see you again next year. And please, there are some gifts outside. Help us grow our impact.